Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since we've done a news blitz, so let's get on with it.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. News blitz time. We haven't done a news blitz, and there's actually a lot of stuff waiting to be discussed, and we need to get on with it. We've obviously got the match coming up later today as well, so I'll probably have another video uploaded for the match preview. I don't know how I feel about the match. Leeds coming off a loss, they're in a relegation battle. It could be madness. Charity FC. That's how we've been rolling. So I really can't get into the matches. I kind of want this season to be finished. I'm just really looking forward to that FA Cup. Yes, making it to top four is very important, no doubt about that. And I feel we'll probably sneak it through because of our rivals might drop points, but it is what it is. I want to talk about the news, all the news that's been floating around. So let's get on with it. First up, ladies and gentlemen, let me just bring this up. Look, there's a variety of news that we're going to talk about, many different ownership sort of news, transfer related news, a whole heap of other sort of team news we're going to go through. It's going to be quite exciting. I want to see what you guys feel about each of these particular matters as well. First up, ladies and gentlemen, Todd Boehly will instruct Chelsea to start the summer transfer plans as soon as his takeover is clear. Thomas Tuchel wants 2 centre-backs, cover for wingback, reinforcement to his attack, whilst his midfield plans depend on departures, which is absolutely right. I mean, this is exactly how we thought the situation would be. Christian Pulisic is dissatisfied with his opportunities under Tuchel. I mean, look, I'm not actually upset about that, because at the end of the day, you would assume that he would be dissatisfied because he hasn't had enough starts when he warranted. Look, at the end of the day, he's been inconsistent as well. So part of his dissatisfaction hopefully isn't just aimed at Thomas Tuchel, which obviously in this case, Christian Pulisic is dissatisfied with his opportunities on the Thomas Tuchel. But I think he needs to be dissatisfied with himself as well at times, because he hasn't been utterly consistent. So look, in terms of the summer plans, I'm absolutely in line with this. Yeah, minimum 2 centre backs, if not 3, if I'm being honest, with Aspi possibly going as well, and Thiago Silva only probably just one more season. Cover of wing backs is 100% necessary if 3 at the back is what we're going to go through. And a sort of refreshment, I suppose, in the attack and midfield. Obviously, we need a DM or even a creative type of a midfielder. Marcos Alonso insulted Thomas Tuchel during. Let me just quickly pause that. Oops, sorry. No. Yeah. I just hope I don't get done by that view. Okay. Marcos Alonso insulted Thomas Tuchel during the match. So we obviously covered that particular news about Marcos Alonso, how he was substituted off. There was a bust up, and it was because he insulted Thomas Tuchel. So Thomas Tuchel, in the footage below, as you can see, I can't play that. I'll get struck off for copyright. Basically, Marcos Alonso cheaply gave away the ball, and then Thomas Tuchel said something from the sideline, and Marcos Alonso didn't like that, and Marcos Alonso apparently replied back with a big insult. I think called him an MF. So, yeah, I'll be keen to see if Marcos Alonso starts this match against Leeds. Thomas Tuchel comes across a particular manager that doesn't keep things personal. It is what it is. It happened. An incident happened. A bust-up happened. So what? They'll get over it and they'll move on. And I'm thinking Marcos Alonso will probably play against Leeds. I mean, if he doesn't play, we could be in a bit of a trouble as to what our options are available for that left wing back position if we continue with 3 at the back. Saul is definitely not someone that I want at left wing back, and Malang Sarr definitely isn't a candidate as well. Azpilicueta can't even manage right side, let alone left side. So it's a long day. Marcos Alonso is the only option we have right now. But in the summer, this man needs to go. Todd Boehly is believed to be ready to make significant funds available for transfer this summer. He better. I mean, we have to compete. Look at what City's doing with Erling Haaland. We have to allow Thomas Tuchel to compete, or this guy will walk. He will, because if he sees the situation just impossible, there's no reason for him to stick around. So we better back him. We better give him some sort of ingredients to at least compete with Manchester City. I don't expect us to go and win the league, but at least slowly build something, and then hopefully we get to a situation where we can properly start challenging City and Liverpool. Chelsea have problems to solve, and Tuchel called the players into training on Sunday and started preparation for Leeds United. It was meant to be a day off, but Thomas Tuchel has called the players in. I'm all okay with that. I'm all okay with that because maybe this isn't the time to have a break. Maybe it's time to stay together. Maybe it's time to talk things through and making sure if there's any sort of ill feelings within the group that it's all eradicated. It's very, very important. Breaking. Bruce Buck will remain at Chelsea. Jonathan Goldstein will not immediately take a seat in the boardroom, as sources say Goldstein is conscious of his affiliation with Tottenham. He will be central to Stamford Bridge's renovation. And this is what I heard. Jonathan Goldstein, as what I've sort of researched previously, he's got his expertise in commercial property, development. So I think his duty in this whole consortium is to ensure that redevelopment of Stamford Bridge takes place, and he is the center of that particular design. Marina Granovskaya, the chief transfer negotiator, is also expected to stay. One insider said that the deal to bring Todd Boehly's consortium to Chelsea would not have happened without Jonathan Goldstein. So, look, I'm okay for Bruce Buck and Marina Granovskaya to stick around until Todd Boehly and his consortium sort of get their heads around the whole situation. But eventually enough, I think I need a fresh start, and I want Bruce Buck and Marina Granovskaya gone, undoubtedly. Director of football is needed, chairman is needed, all sorts. So, look, I'm happy for initial probably 3 to 6 months, but after that, those people need to go. Chelsea's new owners will make substantial funds available for the summer transfer window, but they will be told that defensive reinforcements should be priority. Chelsea will revisit the Kounde deal once the closed season ends. Season ends. Look, this is now a no-brainer. Jules Kounde is a no-brainer. We need replacements for Rudiger and Christensen, quite possibly Aspilicueta. Jules Kounde is someone we've been linked with for a while. Last season, it really should have happened, but it didn't. I think this season, it's a no-brainer. Emerson's potential exit to Juventus could pave the way for Chelsea to sign Cucurella, who is admired by Tuchel. Boehly's group will run a data-style approach to transfer, employing Daniel Finkelstein because of his ability with data statistics. And it further goes on to say Chelsea are originally targeting 2 CBs, but could broaden their search for a central midfielder, wingback, and a new attacker. Jorginho has interest from Juventus, and Dortmund are interested in Timo Werner, while Lukaku's situation remains unclear. This is from Nizar Kinsella. Guys, I don't know if you remember, probably the new subscribers don't, but the originals, the OGs of this channel will remember a couple of months ago, especially just before I went for Club World Cup, I stated 8 Premier League players that we could aim for, and one of them was Marc Cucurella. And I think just days after that, there was a report from Nizar Kinsella as well back then that Chelsea's interested with Marc Cucurella. This is, once again, it just screams out that come and purchase me, Chelsea Football Club, immediately. Marc Cucurella is undoubtedly one of the best left-sided players. He can play as a left wing-back, can play as a LCB as well, can play as a left-back too. Very attack-minded player, very good on the ball, technically sound as well, tenacious. And he's had a fantastic season for Brighton. I know that you might look at the stats always, where's his goals. Yeah, he plays for Brighton, man. They're not the most clinical when it comes to finishing things off. I've got no doubt his quality will get good end product at Chelsea Football Club. So I'm very excited. I hope these are the kind of transfers that Chelsea Football Club does. This is a smart purchase. I don't care how much. At the end of the day, look, I think it's touted to be about 40, 50 million euros. Let's do it. He's a quality player. He's one who's going to be important to us in the wings. And I think he's going to give solid competition for Ben Chilwell, keep him honest. So I am all up for this. I've always advocated this, this particular transfer link. I'll be elated if that happens. Let me know how you feel about Marc Cucurella, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea's manager, Thomas Tuchel, is considered an amazing talent and will be given the chance to lead the club's new era. Chelsea's prospective new owners, Todd Boehly, has told those close to him that he is at Chelsea to win. Fantastic. I want the new owners to come in and make a statement and say that Thomas Tuchel is here to stay for a long term. Give him a long-term contract and let the players know if you don't fit, you're the one who's going to leave, not Thomas Tuchel. As long as he produces, the results. That's the caveat with Thomas Tuchel. You're not going to be able to stay at Chelsea Football Club if you don't produce the results. So as long as he produces the result, Thomas Tuchel needs to be the number one, just like Pep is the number one for City. Jurgen Klopp is the number one for Liverpool. Sources close to Antonio Rudiger have said that his agent and Rudiger have received a 29 million signing on bonus to join Real Madrid. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Rudiger's gone. I think the announcement's going to be made. I saw the latest tweet from Fabrizio, I believe, saying that the announcement will be made after the Champions League final. He's gone. He's going to make a lot of money at Real Madrid. It is what it is. We dilly-dallied that around, and we just got to look forward to the future. I was hurt initially, but I'm slowly getting over it because Chelsea Football Club moves on. It moves on. It's going to be a big miss, but we move on. Todd Boehly sees Tuchel as an important part of his future plans and is willing to back him in the market. Those involved want to continue to be successful but make Chelsea profitable. They believe better decisions can be made with Tuchel at the helm. Fantastic. I love to hear this. At the end of the day, you can still make a profit as a football club and be run smartly. Look at Liverpool, for example. And many other clubs out there. We just need to make smart decisions. We don't need to go out there and splash money left, right, and center on the biggest gems out there. We just need to spend smartly, and you have the smart people, the infrastructure. Very important to have smart people. Thomas Tuchel is a smart individual, and if you surround him with even more smart individuals, we shall be okay. Premier League could waive Boehly's deal through this week or early next week. Fantastic. I can't wait till it's absolutely official that he is going to be our owner, the consortium. Thomas Tuchel hopes Lukaku has found his spark and says he's very committed, a very good team player, and has no ego, and they love this about him. I mean, look, from the outside, it kind of looks like he has ego, but if Thomas Tuchel is saying that he has no ego, I have to believe him. He knows him a lot better than I do. He sees him on a regular basis. And I'm at a situation, ladies and gentlemen, yes, there was a lot of ill feelings towards Lukaku, 100%. I'm not going to hide it. I've been slandering him during matches as well, but at the end of the day, when you sit down and calm down and just think about the whole situation, this guy's not a bad footballer. He's not a bad footballer. We just need to get the best out of him. He also, at the same time, needs to put in the efforts. That's what I've been really upset about with him. It's the fact that his attitude and his effort hasn't been in line. If he can get that in order, and if we can play to his strengths, I think he can bang in more goals, and his goals will propel us to a higher position in the league. It's as simple as that. This guy scored 2 goals against Wolves. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're a team that probably don't go out there and score much. With him, we're going to score. Our issue now is defensively. We can't even seem to defend. Against Leeds, I think Leeds will allow us. They'll play an open game. They need to win. This guy could bag another couple of more goals. I'd rather have him up front buzzing and have all our other players feeding him. Do you know what I mean? Rack up your assist numbers. And his link up is good as well. You can probably help others to get goals. So, look, it's a win-win situation if this guy can come around. Honestly, if you just deep it for a second, it ain't going to be easy to get rid of him. It ain't going to be easy. But it's a two-way street. Mostly his commitment is required. He needs to be mentally, settled that he wants to do well at Chelsea Football Club. And only then we can start feeding him and get the best out of him. So it's very, very important. Todd Boehly could wrap up the deal to take charge of Chelsea FC before the end of the season, with Chelsea hosting Watford on 22nd May to close their Premier League campaign. I cannot wait. Hopefully by the end of this month, it is absolutely official, because we need to start working on next season immediately. Todd Boehly will become controlling owner of Chelsea when the sale is completed. Clear Capital co-founder Bahdad Eghbali will work closely with Boehly and will be understood to take an active role in major financial decisions. So, look, Boehly will be the operating owner, and Clear Capital, as we always knew, will be the financial backing. The confidence in Boehly taking controlling ownership role is understood to represent a major expression of faith in the prospective new Chelsea owner's judgment. Boehly and Eghbali enjoy a close and robust working relationship upon which the entire bid has been built. I mean, look, very, very important to have a solid ownership structure, this consortium, if we want to start competing against Liverpool and City. Very, very important that we have a solid structure from a hierarchical point of view, good communication within the ownership. Then you have a director of football, maybe a chairman, the financial unit, scouting network, manager. It's very important. The structure needs to be very important before anything sort of any new players that we think about. If you have a solid working operating structure, that's the key to success, I believe. Thomas Tuchel is highly interested in signing Christopher Nkunku. The player has got an offer from Leipzig to extend. They don't want to sell him in summer. There is no release clause. Look, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of talk about Nkunku. A lot. And I get it. Look, I've not watched too many Leipzig games, but I've seen the hype about this guy. This guy is the, real deal, I suppose. My only issue is I get worried about attackers in Bundesliga because of the amount of open space you see there. We had Timo Werner, but a lot of people are saying this guy is far more technical than Timo Werner and has the finishing ability as well. Look, I'll let you guys decide. Many people are excited about Nkunku. If he's the real deal, okay, fair enough. But I'd rather look at players like, Dembele. We can still do with players like Lukaku up front, Havertz just behind. Dembele is someone else. Dembele is one that I'm really excited about. Free transfer. I know nothing is ever free. There's going to be signing on fees and whatnot, agent fees, but it'd be a lot less than just paying Barcelona money. For me, Ousmane Dembele, he did another madness last night. I can't believe who it was. I think it was can't remember who it was. I think it was Celta Vigo. But he had a madness of a game. So for me, that winger that's able to take on their man and create chances, creative winger, is probably far more important. But look, where do you play Nkunku? Let me know. I'm happy to give Lukaku another shot with Havertz just behind. Broja as well. We'll have to see what's going on there. For me, it's more important to get a creative winger. I will not be surprised if Lukaku gets another shot at grabbing the headlines as well as another goal or two versus Leeds. There is tension in the air and the club has a chance to have a few days that will affect the next few years. Pat Nevin. Look, I'm okay if Romelu Lukaku starts every single game from here on in until the end of the season. We've got Leeds, we've got Liverpool, we've got Leicester, we've got Watford. I'm okay for Lukaku to start every one of them as long as he is mentally fine, attitude is spot on, and he can produce the kind of performance he did against Wolves. I've got no issue because I feel like if he's in that level, it will only help us win games. And we need to win games. If we can get a victory against Leeds, this is the crazy part. We're talking about if. We should be winning these sort of games. We should have won all of these games that we've been throwing points away. If this guy can click and if we can just be tight in defense, I think we win. And I think we should be able to beat Liverpool as well in the FA Cup. I'm sure our players will be up for it. Chelsea deny any bust-up between Alonso and Tuchel, but Alonso reportedly felt he was made a scapegoat for a poor team display. Alonso accepts Tuchel's right to take him off and wants to play in tomorrow's game at Leeds to put the incident behind them. Look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, this never happened. Bust-ups happen. It might have happened. To what degree, I don't know. Maybe they just got over it after. Maybe it was quite deep at that time during the match. It could get heated, obviously. I'm pretty sure Alonso and Thomas Tuchel has moved on from it. But all I'm going to say is I don't want to see this guy here next season. I thank him for his services, but we need better. We need Marc Cucurella. I think Marc Cucurella is a fantastic competition for Ben Chilwell, and that's the level of rotational players that we need. We need our rotational players to be just as good as our starting players. And at times we need the rotational players to compete so heavily that they take over the starting players' role. That's the level of competition we need. And Alonso is simply not at that level. I've got no issues if he starts against Leeds, but he needs to find a new home. Chelsea will always be Chelsea. Will be always Chelsea. My house will always be 200 meters away from the stadium. So I want to keep listening to the sound of happiness and success. And I'm pretty sure that is going to be like that. Jose Mourinho, this guy, he's out and out. Like this guy is proper Chelsea. Jose Mourinho is proper Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. If you ask me, do I have someone I would like to take over my Chelsea? Then yes, I have. But I closed my mouth, Jose Mourinho. This was, I think, a recent interview that was done where there was a lot of talks about, obviously, Roma, but there was some talks about Chelsea. And he's still in love with the football club. He calls it my Chelsea. I love it, man. I love it. He'll go down as one of our greatest managers at Chelsea Football Club. Undoubtedly, a legend at Chelsea Football Club. Still one of my favorites. Honestly, still one of my favorite managers. I know football philosophy might have sort of left him a little bit. Maybe his way of football ain't the most prettiest way to play, but it is what it is. I still respect him as a manager. Let me know how you feel about that. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big news. Ian Martin has drawn loan interest from Borussia Dortmund, who could make an approach this summer. I think this is a fantastic move. This really is a fantastic move for Ian Martin. I don't know whether he ended up being player of the season, or maybe that was Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, by the way, won the player of the season for Crystal Palace. We'll look into that very, very soon as well. Not this video, maybe another video. But Ian Martin as well has done very well at Coventry. I don't know whether he won any awards. You let me know whether he has. But I like this. This is a great jump, great loan move for Ian Martin. Great next step. Had a fantastic loan spell at Coventry, where he's played, I think, left wing, left wing back, played up front as a left winger as well, actually. Electric pace. I think Borussia Dortmund, German Bundesliga, is going to suit him massively. We get Marc Cucurella. We play with Ben Chilwell. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we get Marc Cucurella. And then next season, if this guy absolutely kills it, we can bring him in. Why not? We can use Cucurella in a back three as well. And obviously there'll be injuries and whatnot. Who knows? Maybe he can even play as a left winger. But this for me is a good move for Ian Martin, and I hope this happens. And I cannot wait to see how he does at Borussia Dortmund. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the latest news that's been happening. There's actually a lot more, but we'll have to do another different video some other time to cover for all of that, because I do want to talk about Conor Gallagher, who won the Player of the Season award for Crystal Palace, which is unbelievable. Chelsea loanee, Player of the Season for Crystal Palace. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about all of these news that we've gone through. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed it. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I should produce another video probably in about 4 to 5 hours time about the preview of the Leeds game. So do look out for that. Until next time, see ya.